JenayaHuxter.com. I'm just coming with you today for my promised video on training. Now, I started a course last week. I bought a 21-step course in something that I was new to. So I've constantly developing skills and constantly trying to learn more. So there was an area that I was a little bit new to. Sorry about that. Area that I was a little bit new to, and I needed some help. I needed some support, basically. So I found someone who knew what they were talking about. I bought a 21-step training course. Now, it was only about $50, but when I started this course, in the first step, they told me that 15% of people who actually bought the course didn't even begin. Nobody even looked at the first step. Now, isn't that just ridiculous? I mean, $50 might not be much for a lot of people, but you'd think you don't spend $50 without, at least wanting to do it. If you're not even going to open it, then why did you buy it? It's just ridiculous. Now, only something like 20% of people even completed the 21-step course. It's baffling. Like, this is a skill that you're looking for. This is a skill that you sought out for, that you paid for, and you don't even do it. So people have trouble, I suppose, with commitment and follow through. Buying a training course doesn't get you very far. Thinking about doing training doesn't get you very far. You really need to do it and put it into action. Now, I did some training on the weekend with a mentor of mine who came to South Australia. So she went through a lot of the things that you go through when you begin, but it was really good to hear it in person from her. It was good to hear how she does it. It was good to hear it in person from her. And I did, even though I knew a lot of these things, I did pick up a few things, and I did pick up a few tips and things that I can change that will definitely make an improvement on my business, which is something I'm really excited about. So we always hear within the company I'm in about all these live events and big training events and how much they can change things for you. So you really need to believe it. Big live events are fantastic. Small live events are great. But if you can't get to these events, you can still do a lot of training at home or online. Most big companies or most companies do have systems, strategies in place to help people succeed. They've got training in place. They put out company training. They might put out other sorts of training, but these things are all in place to help you to succeed in your business. Now, there are plenty of people succeeding in business, but the people that are succeeding in business do training regularly. So even if it's 10 minutes, half an hour, a day, or it might be longer if you can justify some extra time, or free up some extra time. But people who are successful in business do a lot of training. So they do personal development just to give themselves confidence, encourage themselves, work on their mindset, things like that. They also do training on the different areas that they need. So if you're stuck on if you're in a party plan and you're stuck on bookings, or if you're on an online business and stuck with getting leads, or whatever it may be, there's lots of people out there that can help you. So you could find a person that could help. You could find someone within your company. You could do your training. It sort of occurred to me after this 21-step course about getting started training. I have a team, and I bet that most of them haven't even watched their getting started training. When I started, they told me, do getting started training, take some notes, and go from there. So that's what I did. I got my getting started training. I opened it all up. I took a whole heap of notes, worked out what I was going to do, worked out what I was going to say, and I went for it. And what do you know? It works. So, definitely go back to your getting started training. Even if you've been in business for a while, it doesn't help to go back to the beginning and start all over again. It's very easy. Just make sure that your foundations are right. Make sure that the steps that you're doing and the systems that you're following are the things that the people who are succeeding are doing. If you're doing something that the people that are succeeding aren't, then you've got to beg the question, is it right or is it wrong? Maybe you're doing something new and creative, which is fantastic, but if you're just doing something that's plain wrong or just isn't going to get you the right results, then you really need to re-look at what you're doing. When I used to do a party plan business, we had a flip folder. Now, I use this flip folder religiously. I have a terrible memory, especially short term. That's why you keep hearing me say all the time. But I had this flip folder. It said word for word what we needed to say. Now, I'm not great at looking and reading, but when you start, you probably do need to look and read, and that's perfectly fine. Your friends and family and a party plan are probably going to be okay with that. Now, I use this religiously, like I've said, about 3 team didn't use it at all. They just, nah, I'm not holding that thing. So they didn't hold the flip folder. They didn't do it right. So they weren't reminded to talk about their bookings, their recruitings, their whatever it was. They didn't get the results that I was getting simply because they weren't following the same steps. It's the same sort of thing, isn't it? So follow the simple steps that your company put out for you, or your mentors or whoever they are. Follow the simple steps to get the results. If you're not willing to follow the steps, if you're not willing to do the training, if you're not willing to learn, then you're not going to get very far. Thanks guys for today. Subscribe on the blog or homepage on the big blue banner, and you'll get your free exclusive video, 7 things to consider before choosing your home or online business. Now, if you're already in business, that's okay. You can still grab the 7 things to consider before starting your home or online business. It'll help to give you a bit more perspective, might re-encourage you or re-excite you about your own business, and help you to know that you've chosen the right thing or that you're on the right track. So I would love to chat to you guys soon. Keep updated on the blog, and if you are a subscriber of mine, please feel free to contact me, say hello, and anybody else, feel free to contact me if you have any questions on one of the contact forms. Have a great day.